Hey everyone, welcome to today's Different Gaming Appetizers. What am I talking about tonight? Talking about gotcha games. Gotcha games with malware. That's what we're talking about. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Keeps us going, you know. The more subscribers we get, the more we can go. Let me pull up this article here. So, gotcha games apologize for giving players malware with some free loot boxes. So the team behind Duet Night Abyss, a free-to-play gotcha RPG from developer Pan Studio and publisher Hero Games, has apologized for a cybersecurity incident that occurred last night on April 18th, which resulted, so it wasn't last night, but it was on April 18th, which resulted in countless players' PCs becoming infested with malware. According to Duet Night Abyss, official statement, the malicious attack was spread through an update via the game's launcher. The issue was spotted by a player roughly 24 hours, I'm assuming after the update. And according to those who were lucky enough to have it quarantined by their antivirus software, the malware in question is called Trojan.msil. Is that what it? Umbral Stealer, blah, 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 blah. I've done a bit of light research on the Trojan. It's a nasty one. However, it's also quite old by the looks of it, which means it's easily identified by users' antivirus program. Umbral Stealer is an info stealer virus that can record keystrokes and take screenshots. In basic terms, it attempts to harvest sensitive information from the machines it infects, as it's primarily geared towards stealing users' passwords and cryptocurrency. The virus was distributed via a patch to the game's launcher, which went live on Steam at 7:39 a.m. UTC on March 18th. Even after the initial breach, persistent attempts to continue the attack and spread information have occurred. We strongly condemn those actions, as security is a vital pillar of a live product. This incident has served as a serious wake-up call for our team, reads a statement shared by the developer's X account. The statement also says that players will be rewarded with a commission manual, volume 3, 5 of those, I assume, prismatic hourglass, 10 of those, as a way of further apology, which apparently amounts to 10 free random skins. I don't know how much the skins cost, so I don't know if that's a good deal. While the team has also stated that several security enhancements have been implemented to stop further attacks in the future, fans don't seem too convinced, most likely because it's actually the second time that this game has been compromised in the last month, as another malware attack was distributed through the launcher in late February. However, the last attack was far less malicious, seemingly designed more as a warning to the developers and simply instructed players to play Genshin Impact instead. So stop sharing that. So yeah, I mean, that's not good, especially for this game, but especially for live service games, right? I mean, that's one of the things that I think a lot of players out there expect is especially if I'm downloading a game from Steam. I mean, that's one of the things. It sounds like this game has its own launcher. So Steam just launches the launcher, which then launches the game, and the launcher does all the updates and various things like that. But, people expect that anything they download from Steam is not going to give their computers viruses or malicious software. Now, in this case, it wasn't downloaded from Steam necessarily. It was downloaded from the launcher of the game. But again, that besides this developer, that also puts a kind of a spotlight on a lot of other games that have their own launchers, making sure that all these games that do offer their own launchers that are live service games, make sure that they are not distributing malware or viruses through their patch updates, and make sure that security is tight. I mean, you have a live service, and distributing malicious software through that live service to players' PC is a great way to kill your live service game, right? I don't know if it'll kill this game in particular. I don't know how popular this game is. I've seen it out there, but I've never played it, and I don't plan on playing it. But yeah, I mean, it's not good for these live service developers out there making these different games that continually update and have updates pushed to them. I think it's better off to like, I hate launchers. If I launch a game in Steam, I'd rather it just launch the game. I hate when these developers have their own launcher for the game. Like NCSoft has its own launcher for its stuff, and Final Fantasy 14. So I have Final Fantasy 14 off of Steam. So I don't know if Steam. I would assume Steam launches the launcher for that game. But and there's other games out there that have their own launchers that launch when you launch the game from Steam. So I hate the aspect of launchers anyway. I just want to be able to hit the play button on Steam and the game pops up and I'm playing it, right? And maybe developers and publishers out there need to find a workaround for not having their own launcher. I don't know what the benefit of having a launcher compared to just updating and distributing the game through updates through Steam. I don't know what the difference is between the two. I would assume that within the launcher they can kind of promote their other products and promote like skins and various things, the cash shop and stuff like that through the launcher, if I were to guess. And that's the whole reason why they do it. I honestly don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's not good for this studio and for this game. I'm trying to think of, I don't know. Let me see here. Let me see. Duet Night Abyss. Let's see what the Steam charts say as far as like how many players. So right now it has 435 players in it. It peaked a 24-hour peak of 580, and its all-time peak was 2021 from 2 months ago. So the game is kind of mid as far as I think it's mixed on its rating. And is it mixed? But that's not a lot of people, so there's not, yeah, it's mixed. So there's not a ton of people that play this game anyway. Now that's just on Steam. I assume this game is probably on mobile as well. Or it's a possibility that it has its own launcher that you can download and play the game. But yeah, I mean, this game seems to be a danger to your system, because if this is the second time within a short period of time, who's to say it's not going to happen again? So they've really got to, this could really potentially hurt this game for better or worse. Like I said, I've never played it, so I don't know how it is, but it's not looking good for them. And that also, like I said, it also puts kind of a spotlight on other developers out there of live service type games, especially with their own launchers, but just this live service in general. Like if you're going to throw out patches and stuff, you got to make sure your shit's secure. That's pretty much it. And I understand companies try to do the best they can, but these are living, breathing worlds that are continually on, right? That's the whole point of a live service, is they're always active, always being updated, content, server side patches, client side patches, various things like that. So, you've got to make sure your stuff is secure. Otherwise you're going to end up, throwing malicious software on people's PCs, and it's not going to look good for you. So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I guess let us know down in the comments below what you think. Do you play this game? How is it? I don't know. I've never played it. I don't plan on playing it, but I just wondered, I'm assuming it's like your normal gotcha RPG, kind of like Genshin Impact and stuff. There might be some better ones out there. I don't know. Again, I played a little bit of Genshin. It's not really, gotcha games are really not for me. I've tried them and I just can't get into that genre. So, I've tried Genshin and, Tower of Fantasy, and what's some of the other ones? I don't know. There's a bunch of them out there. What's that? Infield, I think. I mean, they all have their kind of neat hooks about them, but in the end, they're all pretty much about the same. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, let us know down in the comments below what you think. Thanks for watching. See you next time.